The essentials of writing are reading, research are basically the three things. That is reading, writing, and interaction. Why we are telling reading, writing, and interaction? It is because once you get into a topic, you need to read more of that particular, more information about that particular um, topic which you're going to research on. And next thing is your writing. When you're reading, it's not just enough for you to just keep yourselves limited to reading. You have to write it. When you're writing, you will come across something like interaction. Why you have to go with interaction? I'll give an example here. I am doing my research on films. Okay. When I'm doing my research on films, I have to read articles related to films and I have to know more and more information about films. Only then I will come uh, across the important facts about my research, why I'm doing my research. Okay. And the next thing is I can't just restrict myself uh, to reading and leaving it. I have to also write so that the other persons who are doing the same research in the same area should know it, and our research, whatever we are doing, should help them in some way or the other. So we have to write it. And the interaction. Okay, why we are telling interaction? Interaction we are doing because in case of films, I can't just keep quiet seeing the films, writing what I have read, and analyzing the films. I have to have an interaction, that is a face to face communication, or another mode of communication with, like telephonic conversation or emails or in-depth interviews or other things. So I have to have interaction so that I will know what my audience are thinking about this particular topic which I am doing research. Okay. And next thing, when you're writing a research paper or an abstract, okay, first thing you have to do is, when you have an idea, you have to write it first. Okay. And then after 2 or 3 days you come back and read it. Why I'm asking you to give that 2 or 3 days time period is because when you write a research paper, if you read it, you may think, okay, whatever I have written is correct. But when you come back and read it after 2 or 3 days, you will definitely come across some or the other mistake by yourself. Okay. So read it once again after 2 or 3 days, once you draft your research abstract or paper, and then rework on it until you feel that your information, whatever you have given, is good enough and is valuable for the other person who is hearing or listening to your research paper. Okay. And the next thing what you have to do, or what is essential in a research, is that you have to give it to a layman. Layman, I think you people know who is a layman, a person who is not known much about your subject. Okay. Why we are giving it to a person who is not known much to your subject area is because a research what we are doing is a work that should be understood by each and every person, even a person who do not know anything about your particular subject. So we have to give it to your layman. And once they read it, if they are able to understand what your particular topic is about, then you can go for the next step, that is your publishing. Okay. When you're writing a research paper, there are 6 things which are very important. Okay. That is the 6 C's, where these 6 C's are helping you to understand. Okay. Helping you to understand and write. Okay. How to write, all those kind of things, like styles of writing. Okay. And first thing in that first C is that communication. Why communication is important is just now what we have uh, discussed. That is your audience perception, what the other person is thinking, all those kind of things you have to understand, and depending on that, you have to write your. While doing crafts, what you will be doing? It is a molding stage. Yes. Why we are telling molding is you have to mold your particular information in such a way that it communicates to your audiences very easily. Okay, it should not, in no way it should have hindrance to your audiences when they are reading your paper. They should be like, they should feel like, okay, what will happen, what is the next slide, what's the next information given about this particular topic. So in such a way you have to mold your particular research paper. And creativity, in a way, your particular research article, whatever you are writing, should be in such a way that it is appealing to your particular audiences who are viewing your research paper. And concreteness, and think, like when you're writing a word, you should think 1,000 times when you're writing that particular word, because it might lead to some other issue or some problem later. So when you're writing a research paper, it is very much important when of, regarding the choice of words you are going to use in your research paper. And the courage. Okay, why we are telling the last C as courage is because when you're writing your research paper, you should be very confident that whatever you are writing is trustworthy. First thing that is very much important in your research paper, because the information what you're giving is the people outside your area are thinking that that is true, and there is no other information apart from your information. So you should be very keen about using your words, and you should also be very confident that your research, whatever you are doing, is correct. So when you're doing it correct, you will have the courage to face any kind of conflicts or issues which will come later. Okay. So the next thing what we are going to discuss is about the plagiarism. Uh, okay. Anyone have heard this word plagiarism? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. What do you? What is plagiarism?
Plagiarism is one type of copywriting. I mean, percentage of
Okay.
counting that.
Yeah. It is nothing but the content what you are copying from the other person's paper or anything. It can be the image, the film posters, anything that you are using from the other person's information. Okay. You cannot at all in any stage use a information just like that from the other person. If in case you're using someone's information as it is, then to quote that person. Okay, that is citation. Okay, that is once I am taking a phrase. Okay, that is media representations are showing women as less accepted. Okay, this is an example. Okay, and in this I have actually got it from Patwari Himasri. Okay, and in that case I have to give her that particular citation. If I am not giving her the citation, then my work, whatever I am taking from her information, is plagiarized information. Okay, you, when you are writing, you can take that information, but you have to rewrite that information in your own words. That is, as I've said, are women are being uh, less accepted in media. Okay, so basically, it is the same phrase. Media representations are showing women less accepted, but I am changing it as women are being shown are being less accepted in media. So the same phrase, but you are going to change it into into another phrase. Okay, that when you're doing that changing, then your work is not plagiarized. Okay, there are many softwares to show the plagiarism. Okay, the level of plagiarism, but each and every institution uses a different software for checking the plagiarism. Okay, and when you're checking plagiarism, there are two ways. One is checking plagiarism content including references, and the other one is excluding references. Including references is wherever you have cited, okay, including the citations, even even after writing that that person has written this particular information, it is taken from them, so it will be showed as a plagiarized content. And excluding citations is nothing but it will show the information only that is plagiarized and not cited. Okay, those kind of information is plagiarized. And when you're going to the order of your research paper, in a research paper, first you will be having a title, and a title that will give the person who is reading your paper the full information about your particular paper. Okay, the title should be so crisp that it doesn't exit. It should be one line or maximum 3 lines, not more than that. Okay, so make sure that your heading is so short that it fixes in a single line. And when you're why we are telling that it should not exceed more than 3 lines is because a person who is reading will feel easy and comfortable and feels like reading your paper you are when you are having it 1 line or maximum 3 lines, not more than that. So please try your level best to finish your particular topic or whatever you are writing in just a single line or maximum 2 lines. Please don't exceed more than that. Okay, and then you have to give your details like regarding your college, regarding your name, and if there are any co-authors, you have to mention. And here, I want to tell another thing is that please try to make your paper with maximum four authors, not more than that. Okay, why am I telling 4 authors is because if you are exceeding the number of your authors, okay, the value of your paper decreases. So try to make as far as possible with maximum of 4 authors. Or in case, in some cases, like there might be, you might be divided into 4 people group, and the person who is guiding, like your staff who is guiding, will be your fifth person. So maximum 5. That is very, very, very helpful for you because um and the other thing, when you're writing a paper, please make sure that a person who is guiding you knows full information about that particular paper. Please don't hide any information. If you are hiding some information, then the person who is guiding you, there are chances of that person misguiding you. Please make sure that you give your full information to your guides. Okay, in case you don't know, like you have some issues or anything with your guides, at least by the end of the paper, at least you make sure that you give the full information to your guide, and so that, and give them the time. Okay, the main problem what we have and what everyone face as guides or as staff who are guiding you is they don't have time to read your papers fully. Okay, and when they don't have time to read your papers, so there are chances of misleading you, or you giving wrong information to the website people, like uh, to the people who are reading your paper. Okay, so please make sure that your information is full, okay, and information, whatever you're giving is very much um, well known to your guide. Okay. The next thing what you have to do is like after your name, you have to mention your department and like mailing address we can tell. Okay, mailing address and home address or your college address, those kind of things you have to give. And please be very careful that you give your college your preference. Okay, because after your name, your college details should be there. As a student, you are studying in that college and you have to have your information about the college. Okay, that you are studying there and all. And after that, you will be writing an abstract. Okay, abstract is nothing but a summary of the content what you're going to give in your paper. This summary should include, as mentioned here, the background of the topic. Okay, before you have done the research or why you felt to do research on that particular topic, those kind of things you can give in this background of the topic. Okay, next thing what you have to give is your methodology. Okay, I'll be revealing about this methodology after after few slides. And this methodology is nothing but it is the methods what you're going to use in your research paper, and how you are going to do your analysis. Everything you have to mention in that. Please be very focused while writing an abstract, because your abstract should be maximum. Like most of the people who are who wherever you are trying to publish or anything, they will be having a limit of 300. Okay, it starts from 200 or 250 to it goes up to 500. Okay, it depends on the paper publication where you're going to publish it on, so on. So try to make as crisp as your as possible and give full information in the abstract and give your conclusion. Okay, when I'm taking a film, when I'm taking a film, and if I want to do a film analysis and give a findings. Okay, after the findings, I will be writing something called as conclusion. What, like, it is just a crisp thing about what is the findings. Okay, that particular crisp thing should come in your abstract, so that the person who is reading your abstract feels like reading your full paper. Okay, so make sure that your abstract is crisp and has the background of your topic, methodology, what you are going to use in your topic, and your conclusion, what you are finding out. Okay. And this abstract, when you have to write this abstract, is not before you start a paper. Never write an abstract before you finish your paper. Very confident about the paper, that it is over and there are no more changes, then write your abstract. Why am I telling it is, once you write an abstract, there are chances of you to miss, there are chances of you changing your content, whatever you're getting, to your abstract, and connecting it with your abstract. Okay, why? Because if I am writing, like in films, I am writing that I am writing a paper about women centric movies. There is a change. Okay, that is my conclusion. But I have not written a paper yet. Once I finished a paper, I found out that there is no change that exists in the portrayal of women. Then I cannot change my abstract. So automatically there are chances of us changing our conclusion. So please don't write your abstracts first. Write your paper first and then write your abstract. Okay. The next thing what we are going to discuss is about review of literature. Next slide. Okay. A review of literature is nothing but it is the information about the particular topic what you have selected for your research. Okay, that can be a portrayal of women in Indian cinema. And other thing is, when you are taking a research topic, try to be so uh, focused and try to narrow down your research topic as far as possible. Okay, because when you narrow down your topic, it will be very easy for you to finish your research paper. But instead, if in case you are writing your research paper without narrowing down, okay, you will have to do a lot and lot of research. And when you're doing, you might like in case you leave out something, you will definitely mislead your audiences who are reading your paper. Okay. So, and the other thing is when you're reading your reviews, okay, please don't go for blogs information. Okay, because we cannot like if even if it is very much good, only those kind of information from blogs you keep it. Why I'm telling it is because this blogs information can be edited by your by the people who have written those blogs after whenever they want to change it. But when it is coming to a research papers, there are no chances of them to change the information whatever they have given. Research articles, why I'm telling is it is already published, and only things or information which is authentic are being published. Not any information which they want they can keep in that. Anything which has authenticity only can be published. So, so please go for papers or research articles which are published in conference proceedings or in journals. Okay, you can also go for books if in case you are having some information about your particular topic in books, you can also go with the books. Okay, and other thing is when you're doing reviews, okay, go so deep that you have reached your saturation point. That saturation point is nothing but after that particular phase or after that particular stage, there is no chance for any information. Okay, to that, don't use too many theories. And why I'm telling that you should not use too many theories is because when you're writing your research paper and when you try to conclude your research, okay, you will face a problem in combining your theory and your analysis and your review. Other thing is when you're writing a paper, your review should coincide with your theories, and your theories should coincide with the methodology what you're going to take, and these three should coincide with the analysis what you're going to give. Okay, and coming to the next topic, uh, theoretical framework. Okay, theoretical framework, you have two things. Okay, and qualitative research, it is very important that you use theoretical framework. It is very important. Why I'm telling it very important is because in quantitative research you are going to have some of your audience perception where you can justify. Okay, if I'm taking queen, I'm going to do an in-depth analysis about that, like each and every content which is coming on the screen. That is in media terms we tell it as visual text. Have you come across this word visual text? Okay, visual text is nothing but whatever is coming on the screen. That is, text is nothing but what we are writing. It is visually coming, like visual writing. So we call it as visual text. Okay. Next thing what we are going to discuss is about the quantitative research methods. Quantitative research methods, mostly it is like we are going to give a questionnaire and we are going to like we will be deciding on the sample size, give the questionnaire to the random people whoever come whoever is easy for our access. Okay, so we will be collecting back those questionnaires, and we will be you will be giving them as an input in SPSS software. Okay, SPSS is nothing but it is a software which will give you the output of the information what they are giving in your system. It will help you in analyzing your data. Analysis is nothing but it is the output of whatever you have studied in your whatever you have studied in your particular paper. Okay,